So last week I was talking about reducing walks for Roxy to help her deal with the fact that we have to avoid most of the people that we see out on walks. Well, in fact, all of the people that we see out on walks. So that worked quite well. I only really had to keep doing that for a week or 10 days. It didn't go on for very long. All right, Roxy, good girl, come over here, come over here, good girl. Roxy gets quite excited when she sees me talking to the camera. So I kept doing that. So I kept her and Cullen on alternate day walks for a period of about a week to 10 days. And by that point, Roxy had really started to settle down about us seeing people and her not being able to go over to them. She certainly was better able to be diverted away from barking and lunging if it did happen. So I've been able to resurrect daily walks for her and Cullen, or close to daily. I've got to say that I'm still feeling slightly uncertain about how locked down our UK lockdown will become. So I am trying to have a day every week where we don't go on a walk at all, just in case we reach the point where we're really not allowed to go out for any length of time and walks become even more difficult. So that's what we're doing at the moment, back to everyday walks. And the second thing that I did to help that happen, as well as reducing the amount of times Roxy was becoming frustrated and barking and lunging at people by just not walking her every day, the second thing that I started to do, which really does help with all kinds of reactivity, was as we would walk along and when we would see somebody that we were then going to have to avoid, as soon as Roxy had seen them, I would start to feed her as we moved away, and I would just keep feeding her as we moved away, and as we crossed the road or whatever we were doing to get away from them, I would just keep on feeding her. And sometimes all we'd do is move off the path and stand to the side, and I would just keep feeding her because it helps to create a better emotional response if the food is associated with something that at the moment is unpleasant. So it's really important, so that Roxy would associate moving away from people with food. What I have to be very careful about doing is that I wait until she has noticed the person and then I start feeding her. I'm not trying to distract her, and I absolutely don't want it to be the other way around, because what can happen if the dog gets the food first is that the food can actually become a predictor for an unpleasant experience, and then it loses a whole lot of its value. So Roxy needs to see the person, and as we get away, I need to be feeding her. So that's the second thing that we have been doing to help Roxy deal better with the fact that we have to avoid people now when we're out walking. This is never going to be a popular thing for Roxy. She loves people, and she would much rather that we could say hello to some of the people that we pass. So I'm not suggesting that she is ever going to be delighted about this. This is a way of making it feel better for her. So this sort of reactive behaviour that has triggered me to make these videos and do extra training is driven by emotion. It's hugely emotional behaviour, and what I am trying to do is help give Roxy better ways of dealing with the emotions that she's feeling, and also to make it to do something so that her negative emotions are lessened, and that's what I'm doing. I'm pairing moving away from people with food for Roxy. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.